Let me just see if we're actually live on Facebook and then we'll get started.
Okay.
Yes, we are. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. It is time. Oh, let me look. You know what? I forgot to turn my mic back on Clubhouse. There we go. Welcome, everybody. It's time for Crypto Journeys, the series. And we are simulcasting on Clubhouse as well as Facebook Live and recording for YouTube. Today, our guest is the wonderful Leslie Wilson. Welcome, Leslie. So happy to have you here.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
So, this is a special episode of Crypto Journeys because Leslie is actually our sponsor for the event on Saturday, Crypto for the Community, where we will be sharing information to empower the community with crypto knowledge and skills and expertise. So, we're very happy to have Leslie here and appreciate you supporting our virtual conference this Saturday.
My
So, please tell us a little bit about yourself, whatever it is you'd like to share.
okay. Well, my expertise is in the area of adoption and change management, specializing in implementing software processes and solutions. I'm a program manager and I've worked in the information technology field for over 20 years. I like to refer to myself as a change agent.
That's an appropriate title because I've known you for a while now, and you definitely are an advocate of change. Love to see all that you're always into and active in. So, what happened, Leslie, that made you pay attention to cryptocurrency?
Well, being that I work in information technology, it's a very, very fast paced industry. And you have to stay up with trends and how the world is evolving in this space. So it's probably back in 2016, 2017, where I began to research just blockchain and Bitcoin. And initially, I made a couple of assumptions that were all wrong. So I assumed that this blockchain and Bitcoin thing was for gamers, and I'm not a gamer. And then I also assumed that you had to um, completely purchase a coin and you couldn't purchase fractions thereof. And so I began to spend some time with a coworker who was investing in Ethereum and Bitcoin back then. And he gave me some foundational information regarding this new technology that was taking place.
Okay, and that makes sense since you're already in the tech space. Makes a lot of sense. So, what was your aha moment where you said, okay, I need to get involved right now?
Well, I think I probably had a couple of aha moments. One, I was out shopping with my sister and we were walking through the mall and we came across a Bitcoin ATM. And I stopped in my tracks and I was like, wait a minute, what's this? What's going on? And she was still talking. I said, did you see that? And she's like, what? I said, did you see that? And she says, yeah, I've seen that before. I said, do you realize what this means? So that definitely was one of my aha moments. The second was I was ordering some food from a restaurant, and upon checking out, I was asked whether I wanted to make my payment with a credit card or a Bitcoin payment. And so when I see these things happening, along with how large companies such as Microsoft and IBM and some of their brokerage firms really investing their money and their employees and their time in this space, it definitely opened my eyes to something that I needed to pay more attention to.
Yes, definitely seeing so many steps that are apparent that we're headed to mass adoption. Absolutely. And I love the fact that you're in tune with that because a lot of people are just ignoring it and they're not seeing those signs, or that writing on the wall that all of us really need to understand cryptocurrency. So, what was the very first thing you did, Leslie? What was your very first step?
Oh, wow. So, like I said, the first thing I did was began to just get some just basic understanding of terms. I wasn't trying to learn everything about Bitcoin or crypto, but just getting some foundational understanding of some of the terms and the principles. And then the second thing was deciding how much I was willing to invest um, in in this space. And I decided to use something called dollar cost average, which is simply um, choosing to spend a small portion of funds weekly to invest in this rather than just making a large purchase. And so I did these two things simultaneously. So investing a small dollar amount while exploring and while learning as much as I could about crypto. And I'm really a passionate person when it comes to knowledge and keeping up with changes. So I found it extremely fascinating. And so I spend a lot of time on multiple platforms just trying to absorb as much as I can.
Excellent, excellent. That's so true. Um, there's just so many options, and you can very easily fall down the rabbit hole. And what I do hope is that people don't get discouraged by information overwhelm. Just kind of take it little by little, learn what you can when you can, but definitely learn something and get involved.
And
So,
that's a valid point because, oftentimes I've heard people say, well, I don't understand this stuff. And the people who are making that comment don't understand their checking account today. So I don't know why they think they would be an expert in this new technology when they haven't even grasped the old world.
that is so true. That is a great point. So many of us don't even understand the money world, much less the crypto world, right? That is so true. So, Leslie, has crypto changed your life? And if so, how?
Um, yeah, I think crypto has a different meaning and a different use for each person, and you kind of define how you want to incorporate it into your world. For me, it's been instrumental in two ways. The first is it's allowed me to diversify my investment portfolio. So I think it's never a good idea to have all your eggs in one basket. So some people invest in real estate. Um, so whatever it is you're investing in, just looking at multiple ways to spread your portfolio, your funds over your portfolio. And that's what crypto has done for me. And the second thing is it's allowed me to offer a new service offering to my customers. So being a consultant and I help individuals with change, this is a new area where I'm helping individuals or small businesses adopt cryptocurrency.
Excellent. That's wonderful. And our last question is, let's say someone came to you, like you said, oh, I don't understand that stuff, so I'm not going to bother. What advice or what tips or what would you tell them in response to that statement?
So I think even before we get to that statement, um, sometimes you wonder like, what's the value of this? So we have fiat or we have currency or dollar bills. So what's the value of using crypto and this digital currency? So I'll share an example of how it can be helpful, and then we can get into some of the learnings here. Um, Recently, I wanted to make a purchase, and I said, okay, I can just transfer the funds through Zelle, right? Yep, most
Mhm.
of the banks use Zelle. I can transfer the funds. Well, that was easier said than done because the banks define arbitrary maximums on how much money you can move at a given time. So that's completely frustrating because I did not have time to take out to go and drive to a bank to get the funds to make the transaction, where it would have been a lot easier for me just to be able to transfer the funds to the particular party. And that is where a decentralized platform such as cryptocurrency comes into play and can make a world of a difference to us because in this space, I don't have to go through a middleman. I don't have anybody dictating how much money I spend at a given time. And so that's one of the use cases or reasons why this world is so valuable to consumers. And so, a couple of things that I would encourage anybody who is considering the cryptocurrency space is first pay attention to your surroundings. So, I shared a couple of my aha moments and things that made me really pay attention to what's going on. So, I encourage all to look around you when you're shopping or when you're visiting your bank or another brokerage or financial institute. Pay attention to how they are treating cryptocurrency and how it is making a difference, not just in your world, but in the greater world, in the global world. The second is be curious. So take the time to research. That could be social platforms, joining networks, connecting with other people like Crypto Vibes here. There are a lot of people who have expertise in this space. So be curious, explore, read a book, join a blog, and just absorb as much as you can. And then the third is set a goal. You should always have a financial goal on how much you would want to invest and what you want to or expect to receive out of cryptocurrency. And then from that goal, you'll understand on how to plug in and how much money you want to spend and where you want to spend it, and whether you're using this to a part of your long-term strategy or whether you're using it to live off and pay your monthly bills.
Absolutely love that you mentioned pay attention to your surroundings. Because I'll be honest, I had already been in the space for a little while, not hardcore, but kind of dipping my toe in the water, so to speak. And I saw Craigslist had an option of accept cryptocurrency. And that was at least 2, maybe 3 years ago. So, I mean, you're talking about Craigslist telling people, hey, if you want to accept crypto, you can, so this just lets you know it's becoming a part of our everyday activities of mainstream society. And when you're not in the space, the challenge is you're not hearing it because it's not on the news or on the radio or wherever people are getting their information. So if you're not plugged into that network of crypto heads, you're not hearing all this exciting stuff like JP Morgan is buying Bitcoin, so this is why it's important to kind of broaden your horizons. Like Leslie said, be curious, just kind of look out and see what you can learn. It costs you nothing to learn. And at least when you have accurate information, you can make sound decisions.
Absolutely. And I love to see all of the young people getting involved also. Um, I can tell you for one of my daughters, I told her back in March, I said, take $100 and purchase some cryptocurrency, some Ethereum. And I said, if your $100, if you lose your $100, I'll give it back to you, right? And so about a week ago, I told her, check your account and tell me what your balance is. So she got into her account and it was, $1,200, right? So, so she is definitely bought into the whole investing in cryptocurrency. But I think this could really be a game player for our young folks. I know a lot of them have college debt, like loans that they are concerned with. And so if they can invest a little bit in this space, I think it will help them eliminate some of the debts that they have and allow them to come and into to their adulthood in a much better space financially.
And that makes such a difference. And I know that, and I'll be honest, sometimes people tell me, oh, all you talk about is money, or you talk about is crypto, or whatever the case may be. And well, I mean, I'm on Facebook and I'm on social media for that reason. So yes, that's true. But we have to look beyond that. The peace of mind, like you said, if you have these student loans over your head and now you figured out, oh, wow, I can invest in crypto, knock these loans out faster. That's less stress. That's more, look, better sleep at night. So it's beyond just the actual tangible or digital asset we're talking about. We're talking about what these things can bring you in your family. So thank you for pointing that out, Leslie. Is there anything else you want to share with us before we leave?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I just encourage everybody to just keep an open mind, keep an open mind. Don't listen to all of the scare tactics in the media, because I think the media has a tendency to just put out negative stuff like this person has lost millions of dollars because they can't remember their password, right? So that's a way to just strike the fear. And so I would say, take all that stuff with a grain of salt and just keep an open mind and begin to learn as much as you can about this space, because this is the future and this is where we're going.
Absolutely. Words of wisdom. Thank you so much. Again, we look forward to seeing you on Saturday. Leslie will also be one of our presenters at Crypto for the Community. She'll be explaining Intro to Wallets, which is a really important part of getting started in crypto. So we can't wait to hear what you're going to share with us. Thank you, Clubhouse audience. I'm going to forego questions only because we don't have, I'm doing a live and recording and all that. We don't have like what do they call it, release forms and everything. But thank you all so much for joining us today, as well as our Facebook Live audience. And the replays will be available on YouTube probably in the next half an hour or so. Again, Leslie, thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing your crypto journey with us. And we look forward to seeing you on Saturday.
Thank you.
Everyone take care.